and welcome to Bravetheadventuresss with me, Hayley. And today I'm going to go on a bit of a different adventure, going to scale the thrills back and come to Legoland Windsor with my two boys, Noah and Ethan, who are 12 and 9. And we're going to see really if there is anything for us to do at Legoland. It always has a bit of a reputation as a family park, a children's park, and the boys are now getting to the age where they're really interested in the larger thrill parks. So I want to see actually what would be their favourite rides today. Can we get through 5 top rides at Legoland for this age group? You'll notice they're not going to be on camera very much, they're not a big fan of it, but they will appear at times, but I promise they're here. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, drop us a like and a comment to follow more of our adventures. Right, let's go. So as we make our way down through the main route from Legoland, on the side you can see where the Viking Adventure is. No plans yet as to what to replace that with, and that was definitely one of the rides that I think in past times my children, certainly when they were younger, but I think still now they're a bit older, would have particularly enjoyed. So really looking forward to seeing what's actually going to happen with that area in the future. Definitely on our top 5 list is the minifigure speedway, which is only a couple of years old now at Legoland Windsor, and definitely a brilliant addition to this park, having this dueling coaster here at Legoland. It only reaches speeds of 35 miles per hour, but it does actually feel like you're going a lot quicker than that, which makes it a great attraction for older kids to enjoy, as well as younger children who gravitate towards the minifigure speedway. You've got you've got blue and orange track, Legends and All Stars, and each of those selects a minifigure character before you race. So you've also got that dueling element of the coaster as well, which really does add to the competitiveness. The boys really like the speed of this, they like the theme. It's only got a small amount of theming actually on the track itself, but you've also got that initial drop, and you've also got a reverse lap on this coaster as well, which does add to the intensity, and it does give you a little bit of G-force on the ride. So it's a great addition, and it's just literally coming down the tracks now. Probably coming in the middle, about number 3, is Ninjago the ride, which is 4D interactive ride, which is the headline ride at the Ninjago area of the park, which is probably one of my favourite themed areas of the park, and the boys definitely would agree. The ride itself is really good. It's one of the interactive shooting rides, but you use your hands rather than a older style one of the shooting guns, and that's you go through different scenes, and there are skeletons, ghosts, and different missions to take care of. You compete against each other, which is why the boys really like it, because it's got that competitive edge. But the thing that they said does take it down slightly is it is quite hard, even for older kids. It's quite hard to get the height and the position right, so you can come away with quite a disappointing score, which I do anyway, because I'm rubbish at these. But the boys really like it. The queue is always quite lengthy here, and it has gone down quite a few times today as well, but it is definitely well worth riding. And it's also got its own Ninjago shop at the end, which has got some really great themed Lego for you to purchase. It's just a really lovely area. I'll put some footage in of the area as well, and it's definitely worth coming and visiting Ninjago whilst at Legoland Windsor. No sooner as I said that Ninjago has been absolutely plagued with problems today, and 2 groups off, it has gone back down again for projector issues. So it's not having the most reliable day today, Ninjago. Let's hope and see that we get on it shortly. I know that they're full maintenance and they're on their way to try and fix this ride. It does seem to be having more downtime than it used to. It's obviously starting to show its age a bit now. Bit of an extended downtime on Ninjago, but glad we didn't leave the queue. We did eventually get on it. It took about 20 minutes to rectify the problem and was not disappointing. What was disappointing was my score, only 12,000. I am absolutely useless at that, but Noah did manage to pull a 50,000. If anybody is really good at Ninjago and wants to drop in the comments how high your score is and how I can improve, please let me know. It just shoots really high. One of the areas that I absolutely love to visit with the boys is Miniland, and actually if they weren't here and I was having an adult only day, I would really like to spend a lot more time at Miniland as well. It is just so well done and you get to see all around the world encapsulated in mini brick figures. I think somewhere it does tell you exactly how many they use and it will be in the absolute millions. It is brilliant. And then just beyond that we've got the brick, which is where you can go to make your own Lego creations, and sometimes they will have certain challenges, like you can be building tiles or something bigger towards an actual attraction in the park, which again doesn't matter how old you are, everyone loves Lego, so it's something definitely not to be missed here. You can spend quite a lot of time here with your older children or pre-teens, or just if you're having an adult day. Over in Miniland we've even got our own version of Mont Blanc, and you can see we've got the Mont Blanc cable car, which if you follow our channel you will know that Rob recently rode the Mont Blanc cable car, and you can catch a full POV video on our channel. One thing that is quite important to note when you are coming to Legoland is that even in the summer the park does close at 5, so opening today is 10 till 5. And I'm really glad that we stayed over the night before so we could take full advantage of getting on some rides early, because it does get incredibly busy at Legoland and there is so much to do. You can see the jet skis on the water warming up today, which is always really nice to see. Obviously this park did have great entertainment and then Merlin have cut a lot of that, but it's great to see some of the entertainment warming up. And just, yeah, park's looking really clean and fresh. Everything's looking painted up really well today, which is always great to see, because I do find that Legoland is a park of Merlins that they do take great pride in. And yeah, if you want to get the full use of the day, you do want to get here for opening time. We're now heading to our next attraction that the boys really want to try out, that they think will be a great one for their age category. We're going through Land of the Pharaohs, where we hope to get on laser razors later as well, but it is really busy in the park today. Most of the queues are topping kind of 45 minutes to an hour, which does make coming with older kids slightly better, because they are a bit better at waiting. I don't know if I would want to be waiting for some of these rides for kind of an hour with very small children. So that's one benefit of bringing them when they're older. We're just waiting on the train to pass, which is just going past at the moment, and we do love a train ride, so I do hope to get on that later. But the ride that we're heading to now is Autumn's Riding School, which is a Zamperla disc. And we cannot wait to get on that, because we've experienced quite a few of them, but this one is quite cool because it does have a bit more of a story and a little bit more of a theme to it. So we are heading into Heart Lake City area of the Legoland Park to experience this ride.
The same ride that you rode at that. How are again? Yeah, but which one goes up? I don't think you've changed.
We've just come off of Autumn's Riding School. I'm pretty sure that this ride was called something else. I think it was Mia's Riding School. I've asked the boys what happened to Mia. We don't know. I don't know if she sold the riding school or she's just not one of the Lego friends anymore. Either way, she's not it. It's Autumn's Riding School. I do like this ride. I do like the fact that even though it is just a Zamperla disc, it's nice to be on the horses. And this is one of the older models of the Zamperla disc. It was built in 2015, so it doesn't have that hump in the middle that some of the newer versions have. But actually, speaking to the boys, they think this is one of the best versions. It is a really long ride cycle. It's got some really good near misses at the top. You can see for miles. It is a really good addition to the park. I don't know why it didn't open till 12 today. I don't know if that's normal for Legoland, so just be aware that this doesn't seem to be a ride that opens first thing with the park. So if you are coming, just time you're around it. We managed to get here as it opened, so the queue was quite short, but I do believe it's up to about 40 minutes now. But definitely makes the top 5 list for the boys. They find this quite exciting and quite intense. So just come off, which I think and the boys think is probably #1 spot here for best ride here at Legoland Windsor for older children, and that is the Flight of the Skyline, which is the first flying theatre ride in the UK. It was built here in 2021 as the expansion of the Mythica area, which definitely appeals to older children because it is based on kind of building your own Lego and that mythical beasts, and it really fits so well here. The boys absolutely love the immersion of the ride. There are some brilliant smell pods on that ride, and also you do get quite wet as well, and it does feel really well themed. It tells the story of the Sky Lion and our voyage through Mythica to collect Lego bricks to build our own models, and it's definitely age related. It works for all ages as well. What I will say is this ride is really busy. It's one of the most popular rides in the park now, as it should be, because it is brilliant. And as someone who loves soaring around the world in California at Disney, this I think is an improvement. It's a newer model and it's excellent, but it is really popular. So do expect a queue for up to kind of 60-70 minutes, and that queue can be brutal. It is a bit cattle pen queue, but it does have, you can access the QR code, and there are some games and things for children as well. And it is quite nice in the queue. There are lots of different models and quizzes and things to keep you busy. So absolutely brilliant. Love this ride, and I think the boys would definitely rate it #1 here at Legoland Windsor. We've just joined the 45-minute queue for the Pirate Falls Treasure Quest, which is the log flume here. It's been at the park since 1996, but it's still a massive crowd pleaser, particularly with older kids. The main fall itself is quite good, it's quite intense, the kids like it. They're going to get quite wet as well, which today, whilst it's a really hot day here at Legoland, it's going to come in very handy. So I'm glad we're going to get to ride this. The queue is quite long, it always is on a hot day, so it's better to either come first thing in the morning or later on in the day, or if you've got a slightly cooler day, it can work quite well. But we're looking forward to getting on it. We've waited about 40 minutes, but now we're on Private Falls Treasure Quest and just getting a sprinkling of wet as we depart. This part of the ride is probably not going to be the most exciting for the boys, but they are really looking forward to the big fall at the end. So it's a really nice peaceful ride up until that point, and looking forward to seeing how wet we get, which I think will be a deciding factor as to how highly this ride places in our top 5 today. We will see you on the other side. Past the crocodile. I promised I would film after we got off of Pirate Falls, and we haven't ridden that for a while, and it was absolutely brutal. I've had to put my jumper on, Ethan's had to take his t-shirt off. The jets on that were running really well today, or really badly depending on how you put it. I'm absolutely drenched through. I can't even explain just how wet I am. It's about 24 degrees, but I'm freezing because the jets are freezing cold and spray in your face. The drop is excellent, and actually The theming of it is so good, and with the unexpected jets that do spray at you, the boys have said it's absolutely brilliant. They've probably rated it their second favourite ride today. We are absolutely soaked. What I did really like about that ride is even though it's quite slow to load, there is a playground in the middle of the queue line, so you can send your children off there so that they can not get bored in the queue. I didn't want to film it because there was lots of young children there, so for obvious reasons I've just got a bit of footage of the boys, mainly because it's not often your 12-year-old son wants to go and play on a playground, but today it kept them busy and entertained, and I think that's definitely the way forward for some of these parks where the onus is on the younger children. Just something to keep them busy in the queue line. But absolutely enjoyed Pirate Falls today. It was so good, probably one of the better log flumes I've been on in the country, and definitely holds its own for older kids. That concludes a brilliant day here at Legoland Windsor. The kids are actually just in the queue for the driving school. They are right at the top end now of that height maximum for that ride, and there is no way I thought they would want to ride it, but apparently they still do. They want to get one last ride in before it is taken away from them forever. So it does just show, even if you think that they are going to be bored, there's not going to be as much of them to do at a family park, you never quite know what it is that's going to pique their interest. So it's definitely well worth a day out here at Legoland, or even probably a couple of days, because there is so much to do here that it is really hard to fit everything in with such high queue times in the summer holidays. So just be mindful of that. It's been an absolutely brilliant day. We've absolutely loved it and can't wait to share more adventures with you soon. So please do follow us on socials, drop us a like and a subscribe onto our channel on YouTube. We'd of course be so grateful as we continue to grow the channel, and we can't wait to see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye.